Hi everyone, welcome to our video. We're gonna talk about the Dutch Sign Language minor at the UvA.
Hi, I'm Meryl. I'm doing the Bachelor of French Language and Culture, and I'm 22 years old.
Hi, I'm Leila. I'm 23 years old, and I'm doing the Arabic Language and Culture Bachelor's right now. So, we're going to tell you a few things you need to know about the minor sign language of the Netherlands. To start off, you need to know that it's a completely different way of learning a language. It's not just reading words, reading texts, and doing stuff like that. It's really, you have to learn how to translate words with your body and trying to get that across a different person. And because it's so different, it's very, very interesting to learn and to do that.
Yeah, so these aren't your standard university classes, to say the least, because it's so interactive. You learn by playing games, you learn by telling stories, you learn by working in small groups together. And because everyone's so enthusiastic, you're all very motivated to come to class, and it really creates a nice environment and a really good atmosphere to continue learning more about this language.
Yeah, and with this studies, it's also about the more effort you put into it, the more you're going to get, because you're doing this not just for yourself, but also for the people around you. You get to learn a new culture, you get to know more history, a totally different history than we know, and the more effort you put into it, the more you can get out of it, and it's really just up to you. No one's pushing you to learn every single word. Just you being able to tell your story is more than enough.
Yeah, so maybe it's important to note that if you feel like you're not fluent in Dutch, or actually you don't speak Dutch at all, that is not really a problem. You can actually learn the language without knowing how to speak Dutch. Obviously it always helps, but we have actually many students who come from abroad and haven't started learning Dutch yet and have been able to learn the sign language of the Netherlands, so that's nothing to worry about. So who is this minor actually for? In fact, I would say this minor is for anyone, because it's such a different way of approaching a language. It's so different to what you imagine when you think of your standard language lesson. And that is just really interesting to learn it from this different perspective, or to learn a language in that way. And if you look at the students who did the minor, you see there were people from neurobiology, people who studied artificial intelligence, so there's no need to be a linguist to study anything humanities related. There were people who came from all corners of the world, and I think that's really important to realise.
So the next thing we want to tell you is what this minor consists of. You have 4 different language courses going from NGT 1 through NGT 4. Then there's one transcription course where you learn how to analyze someone who's speaking sign language and changing that into computer data for a computer or other people to see and learn it. The first day you enter the NGT 1 course, there's this deaf teacher in front of you. You get overwhelmed by this because there's no way to communicate with your voice, simply because she can't hear you, which really motivates you to learn the sign language so you can start to communicate with her. And as soon as you can do that, you just get to a totally different level, and it's the most interesting thing you can have. So lastly, we would like to tell you what you can get out of studying sign language, what ways it can help you maybe. We would like to give you some basic examples. For me, it's in a supermarket. I've worked there for a couple of years, and I've seen some deaf people around, and I never knew how to communicate with them because I didn't know sign language. And now that I know sign language, I just get to communicate with them, and you see them getting so happy for someone to know sign language and to show interest and try to communicate with them. And just by making them so happy, I get a good feeling, and I think that's something I never expected when I started doing sign language.
So for me personally, I work at a daycare centre, and I had never expected to be able to use sign language of the Netherlands there. However, there was a child there who knew some signs and who wasn't deaf but wasn't able to communicate as easily, and I was the only person who understood what he was trying to say when he used these signs, and that really opened up my eyes to the opportunities and possibilities that learning a sign language can give you.
So anyway, we would like everyone to at least try to learn some sign language, and if you think you're interested, please sign up for the course because it's really interesting and it will be so much better than you can imagine.
So, thank you for watching our video on sign language of the Netherlands, and we hope to see you soon. Bye!